and welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Lina Kingori. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We talk about African and things that relate to African. I want to take you back to African. Africa, the mother of colored people. Africa gave birth to two children, the honorables and the common people. The common people sold their souls to the devil, and that's the untouchable people. Our greedy leaders became immune to any kind of advice. And meanwhile, the African woman was dying in the hands of midwife woman, in the hands of an old midwife woman giving birth. African woman was dying. African woman was trekking 20 kilometers trying to go and get some 20 liters of water. African child was dying of hunger. The youth was being humiliated in American embassy trying to get the green card. And the youth who was never humiliated, our Nigerian brothers and sisters, our Ghanaian, our youth from Niger and Guinea-Bissau, they were being eaten by sharks, trying to close the Mediterranean Sea, going to Italy, where they will become slaves for the second time. And the African common people, the youth, was becoming tired of being treated like a sub-human being. And this is all because of the elected fools that we elected in the parliament. It's only in Africa where a comedian will become a Senate elected member. It's only in Africa where a musician will become an MP. It's only in Africa where people like Kanye West will come and become a president. It's only in Africa where people like Michael Jackson, they will come and seek for governor's seat, and the common people will vote for them. And these leaders will never stand in the queues. And when we invite them in the churches, they sit in the front seats. In the churches and the funerals, they just sit there in the front seat. And the common people will urge them to speak and give their wisdom speak to the common people. And you know what? Our leaders will stand and they will talk and give the speeches to the common people. And the common people will clap for them, calling them waheshimiwa and honorables. And deep down, the common people know that they elected the common fools, the village fools, and they give it a blind eye, and they still clap for these village fools, for these illiterate fools that we voted. Our Africa became a capital city of China. Even if the common people was talking, even if the common people was complaining about the China, the leaders did not hear. They either did not give us a listening ear. They did not want to listen to a common people because we are just a common people. They went and they brought, they went and they borrowed a lot of money from China. Even though the common people, the common fool and the common poor mwananchi was the one who was suffering. They went and borrowed for money which we will pay for the rest of our lives. And even if we complain, they never listen. And now they went ahead and brought us the China virus. And now the government is urging the common people to help them, the youth, the strong men in Africa, the black strong women and men, to come out and help the government to fight the coronavirus. How ironic. How, but you know what? Our youth has become into realization that corruption is a cancer. Corruption is the real coronavirus in Africa. Corruption is the HIV in this continent. The youth has came into realization, has realized that we have enough money to give us a good life. We have enough money to sustain our lives if we eliminate this from political arenas. We as African youths, we as women of Africa, as men, as young people in Africa, we have been neglected for a very long time. Yes, we have been neglected for a very long time. And meanwhile, our leaders was taking their laundry to go and be washed in United Kingdom of America. And our leaders will come in Twitters and Instagram bragging how they wash their clothes in Europe. And the common people was suffering. And the common people was being neglected. Our leaders was taking their children into the universities of Geneva to go and have good education, while the common people was struggling to take their children into a public Kenyan school, into a public Ghanaian and Nigerian school. While the common people was struggling to have medicine for their children. Why the common people's children was still dying in the house for lack of medication. While the common African woman was being humiliated by people from the West. They will come and rape our women. They will come and mix their DNA with our African women. But our leaders did not say anything about that. They just give it a blind eye. Our children were suffering. When the Chinese came into our country and they were being racist to our children, calling us people with low IQ, calling us in AU meetings, speaking the Western language. You will see our leaders being humiliated, but it will always be okay to them because they're just greedy. They're just greedy of power. They're just greedy of what will come from the meetings. You'll see them being humiliated talking the Western language when they have our Kiswahili language, when they can sit and speak Kiswahili. You'll see them speaking the Western language when we still have the Madingo language. You'll still see them being humiliated in AU meetings, speaking their languages when we have Bantu, West Africa, East Africa languages. Until when are we going to suffer? And until when are we going to sell our souls to the devil? Our youth has realized that our leaders take us for a ride. We have realized that our leaders only cares for themselves. We have realized that we are just but the common people. We have realized it's only for youth. It's only for strong black men and black women. It's only for us to stand up and make the right decisions. It's only for black person. It's only for a black youth to stand up and say no to corruption. It's only for us black people to know that we can elect people without them buying our votes. It's only us to come into realization that we can put people in parliament who will care for the common people, who will know that the common Wanjiku needs unga of ugali in the house, who will know that the common Wanjiku needs to give birth in the hospital. We have to elect revolutionary members. We have to elect people like Kwame Nkrumah. We have to put people like Thomas Sankara in the parliament who will not care about their salaries, who will only care for the common people.